Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all my living and thriving fans out there. It's living and thriving time. And this whole video series is intentionally set to introduce you to some of my wonderful friends, show you tips and tricks to get through this pandemic right now. And I think the positivity and the love and sharing my quirky friends is really, really important. And so the intention is to raise the vibration and to figure out the different things that we can do while we are stuck at home. And larger than that, what can we do in service for other people? And that's a big thing for me. I have Deanna on. She is a great friend of mine. She is the founder of Fannie Mae's BOOOZY Jams. I almost got that wrong. And she's going to talk to us about some trials and tribulations and how she's been able to overcome that. If you have family and friends that want to join me for a 20-minute, 25-minute interview to inspire other people, motivate other people, get people excited about being up and alive at this time period, just email me, text me, call me. All my information is at rustie.com, RUSTIE.info. I'm sorry, .info. Girl, how have you been?
I've been doing great, Rusty. You know, this is a very interesting time, something that our generation has never experienced. But I'm really taking this time, in a very positive way. Enjoying my family. When we first learned that we were going to be quarantined, we quarantined with my daughter and her boyfriend, Ricky.
Yeah.
So we're not alone, and so we've been having a lot of fun.
Well, and you have had a hell of a year. This year has not been good to you. You had your heart surgery, and in the middle of the heart surgery, you were forced to move.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic, and you were trying to open up a retail space for your BOOOZY Jams, which are freaking amazing. And I still owe you a review. So right now, here's your review. The pina colada is the bomb, dog. Oh my God, does that just, it was so good. Check it out. Her link's below. Absolutely delicious. But yeah, you had a surgery on your heart. You had to move up, same time period, unexpectedly. And then the pandemic. My God, what have you done to keep yourself focused and excited and positive? Because you've had a lot in the last couple of months.
Yeah, so I learned that that my heart was not doing well, and so I had to have, it's called a mitral clip surgery. Basically, they clipped off the mitral valve. So that's going well, but then we faced racism at its worst. I didn't even know racism existed. I really thought that we were all way more educated than we are. And so we were in this beautiful townhouse that we just adored, still do. And but unfortunately, the homeowners association didn't like us because they thought that Brianna's boyfriend was an illegal immigrant. It was very odd. And so they forced us out with an illegal eviction. We left before it got to that point. And so, I've always been a very positive person when it comes to, adversity and facing these types of situations. I had to be strong for my family. I had to show my daughter that how to handle adversity in a very positive way. The whole thing was very difficult. And so we got the eviction notice as I was under the knife having, major heart surgery.
And your landlord knew that you were having major heart surgery at that time and still proceeded with.
Yep. And, we were told because he's ultra rich, he can do whatever he wants.
You know how I feel about that, girl.
Oh, gee. So, let's not go down that rabbit hole too much, but that was the,
Let's move on to the retail location. I was so excited because, I travel through Pennsylvania 2 to 3 times a year. Sometimes 4, and I love Pennsylvania. And you were going to have a store that I could actually pop in and touch your jams and candles and stuff. What happened?
Right. Well, we decided to really expand this year before the pandemic. And by the grace of the goddess, it didn't kill us, or it didn't kill the business too much.
Right.
So yes, we had attended, oh, excuse me, Lacey. We had attended this really cool place called the Marketplace in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And what it was an indoor marketplace. And their big premise was local businesses that had tastings. And for me, that's the main focal point of how I sell my jams is complimentary tastings. And they have these really cool like booths. It's like a 10 by 10 booth, which is a very careful expansion for us because it was, it wasn't a huge amount of money. It wasn't a huge commitment. And so I had a space reserved, and we were starting to buy, because it was going to be Fanny's Fancy's whimsical kind of, kind of Victorian vibe.
Yeah.
So when I walked in, I was going to have really cool, iconic kind of antiques and things for you to really, for interest. I was going to make it kind of that peculiar, kind of like, she's really odd, but she's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was creating that image.
Well, and your costuming and your whole Gettysburg branding has just been remarkable. It's really been nice to watch you grow over the years. And yes. I was super excited. It's not completely off the table though, is it?
Undefined gray area, because the marketplace is indefinitely closed.
Right. But I'm hopeful that we will, get some sort of big bottle of spiritual Lysol and get rid of this stuff and just kind of, I don't think we're going to go back to where we were. I hope we don't. I think it's going to get a lot worse.
Yeah.
But I think when all is said and done, it's going to be quite beautiful. I think a lot of us will be able to grow and expand. And so I'm hopeful that you'll be able to, get into the marketplace before the end of the year, because I can't wait to come and see. I want to pop up there and see you and everything and take pictures. I'm so excited.
Thank you. Well, we just launched a new website that I built, and I'm surprised, but I did it. So we're hoping to, gain revenue with our website. The challenge is to market the website, to create traffic to the website,
right?
On a non-existent budget.
Right.
So Facebook has been my friend for 5 years through this, because I loved I still love the personal interaction with my customers.
You got the cat
that Facebook offers, and it's all kind of private through personal message. And so Facebook has really been a savior. It's how we built our business.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that the website will get us through to the next step, and so we're working on that as well.
So with everything that's said and done, you were actually able to train yourself to do something you were kind of scared to do.
Oh yeah, starting a business is scary.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the website too.
Oh yeah, well, the website is, well, and it's funny because my background, so I was a late bloomer. I had been sick of struggling to support my family with my very basic education. So I finally had my last baby, Brianna, at 35. And I decided when she was like 6 months old to go back to school. So I decided to go into the trades, and I became a certified information technology. And it was just a complete change to my life in a very good way. I was hired before I even graduated with AT&T, and I had just a wonderful, comfortable life moving there forward for about 20 years. I retired in 2016 because of my heart issues, and because, in case my life is shortened, I wanted to enjoy the rest of my life the way that I wanted to live it. And one of those ways was to show my kids that dreams can come true, and that's why I started this. Why I started Fanny's Fancies, Boozy Jams and Jellies, was for them.
Well, and what is remarkable about that is I know that Breezy is kind of struggling because she was in the restaurant business, and like most people, she's kind of going, oh my God, what, I'm out of work. What do I do? How do I plan for my future? And she gets to watch you recreate yourself again. I mean, that's really what this is all about, time and time again. No matter what storm you go through, no matter what your health situation is, if you have the spunk in you, and you're very spunky, that's why I love you, you're a fighter. You're gonna figure out a way to get what you need and to provide the best that you can. Give me maybe up to 5 things that you have done for yourself, not for anybody else, and I know that's really hard for you, but for yourself in this time, to motivate, inspire, recreate, excite, and lift you at this time, because it's been a trial.
Certainly has been a trial. Well, I think the number one is to trust my daughter Brianna, who adores me unconditionally, and my husband Eric, who is a blessing as well. They make me whole. They love me, and that's important.
Yeah.
Let's see, I wrote these things down. Sunday dinner is just part of my self-care program. I look forward to Sunday dinner, to spending it with my family. And I'm not sure how to say this because I don't want to be harsh, but to how do I say this? To let people, girl, it's me. To let people that are negative and who don't believe in me or who have been mean to me, I guess that would be another term, to wish them well, to, wish them love by the goddess, and, but to keep them at an arm's length in my life, because I always thought that I had to make those people like me. I always thought that it was me. It was like, oh, there's something wrong with me. That's why these people don't like me. And come to find out, that's horse manure. That really those people need to be, I need to step those people out of my life and only let people in who are inspiring, like yourself, and who love me, and who believe in positivity. Mm-hmm. And so that was a huge part of my self-care. My therapist helped me with that when I turned 50. She just taught me how to love myself, and that's part of it, is to have the strength to be appropriate, to these people, but also, just kind of, they just
we call it cutting the ties.
Cutting the ties. Thank you.
Ties, baby. Later, well gotta go.
Gotta go. Bye-bye.
I don't got time.
Bye.
I don't got time.
I don't have time, and literally none of us have time,
no.
Especially me. I'm not sure how much time I have. Things are not getting any better with my heart, so I refuse to live my life in any other way than in happiness.
It's really a different feeling when you wake up in the morning, when you've decided and reframed your life in such a way that you have nothing but peace. I mean, I know that every now and then you read my morning posts, but I literally lie in bed and the first thing that comes to my head is what I write about. And I love the amount of peace. And it's not caustic here, it's not abusive, it's not any of those things that we struggled with for a lot of years. But I really had to crawl out of that situation and recreate my life in a way that I just love being alive. I love my environment, and I love my bed, and I love waking up to the dog's butts. It's like there's just such joy now, and I think it's inspiring. I think you just get excited about things, right?
Absolutely. I get excited about small things, anything to do with life, and I turn it that way. Mm-hmm. And if I find that it's not happy, then I just turn it to be happy, or I leave it alone. I just kind of move on.
Well, you and Eric are really funny people. Eric tries to pretend that he's stoic, but he's not. I got his number. And you're fun couple to be with, and the conversations, and even when you guys are bickering at each other, it's like it's comedic. Don't tell Eric I
Yes.
said that. But you both have recreated your lives in such a beautiful way, and I just high five you every time I see your blossoming into your new level, because it takes courage, and I think the largest courage that you can have as a person is to be willing to cut those ties and to be willing to walk away. And
Yes.
sometimes that's all you really can do, and that takes a lot of balls.
Well, Eric and I went through a really tough time during our marriage, and we had decided to walk away from each other, and so it took all the courage that I could muster to overcome that, to decide that our marriage was worth another try. We faced a lot of just adversity at a very pivotal point in our time in our career, but we decided that we loved each other way more than the situation that we were in. So that's why we moved here to Gettysburg to start fresh, to start with new people, with new ideas, and so far it's been absolutely amazing here.
I actually was able to stop by for the first time. Civil War was a huge thing. I took quite a few psychology classes that were based about the Civil War in college, and I just loved it. I love the history. I love the trials and the tribulations and the reality of what people don't really dig into. And I was able to stop in Gettysburg last summer with Chloe to see, and I mean, it's a gargantuan graveyard is really what it is. It's a very
really
well-managed, huh?
That's really what it is.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And everybody that I've ever met in Pennsylvania or from Pennsylvania, they're just really nice people. How some places kind of attract a type of energy. And I always love going through Allenstown, Gettysburg. We make a point to go through just because it's just beautiful and the people are nice, and there's not much. I mean, even in Philadelphia is pretty busy, but people are really nice usually. I don't think I've ever met anybody in Philadelphia that was not pleasant.
Yeah, absolutely. We really love, and it's funny because I lived in New England all my life.
I know.
And I was terrified to live anywhere else. But Pennsylvania is perfect because, we are surrounded by beautiful farmland, does have the 4 seasons. So, I am missing my family who still lives in New England, but Pennsylvania kind of mirrors New England quite a bit in a lot of different ways.
So I'm 7 hours away. I mean, you're not terribly far away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you, my friend, are also on the board of a special organization, and I'm not sure if she wants to come on the show to share her information. And you don't have to share it if you don't want to, but I think it's really remarkable everything that you have accomplished. And I just want to give another high five that you're doing this nonprofit organization. If you want to share, this is a great time to do so.
Absolutely. So my heart has always been to help young people. When I became a single mom when I was 15 years old back in the 70s, and honestly, there was just no support, no help. It was a very different time. So I just didn't want teenagers or young moms to ever face that type of kind of adversity that I faced. So Jasmines Journey is the nonprofit that I am a board member on, and their specialty is to help teens between 12 and 19, especially kids that are transitioning out of foster care. And so our goal is to fund programs that help young teens, things like online classes, equipment for the laptops, even new clothes, anything that's going to uplift their spirits. We also, within the next 5 years, are planning on opening a transitional home where we could bring in some of these, girls and offer them a different road in their life, or if you will, just the other side of the fork, if you will, or the other side of the why. Because most of these kids, 90% of them, unfortunately, because of their situation, will head down the wrong path. Well, hopefully with our support and our services and our, and our specialists that we're bringing on board, they're going to want to take the right path. And so they're going to have a better life through education, through summer camp programs, we're also funding grants so these kids can opt into a trade certificate or maybe college. So we're going to offer grants to young kids. And so it's just this kind of like this certain area that seems to be kind of overlooked, if you will, especially by nonprofit organizations. It seems like, there's a lot of organizations that support young kids, which I am grateful for as well. But these kids also deserve a chance as well.
Well, and I know that teenagers across the board, and I was a foster child, so I definitely can appreciate what you're doing. There is no direction that you're given when you graduate high school, and you're not necessarily supported after that. I mean, they're like, oh, you're legal. See ya. So I absolutely love this organization. But larger than that, where was I going to go with that? I forgot what I was going to say now. Shoot. It was about funding and getting everything up. Did you guys end up building a website for that finally?
Yes. So it's a Jasmines Journey. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So and Sandy Freeman, she is the founder and president of Jasmines Journey, and so I only support her, and so my job will be specifically culinary. So what I do is I set up fundraising events. So we're working on ideas where we're going to invite local chefs to come in and to offer wonderful dinners. Cooked by these local chefs. We're thinking of doing a clam bake where donors can come and have a wonderful, enjoying evening. So that's what my job primarily is. And also to contact restaurants in the area for donations, which has been very successful because I was in the restaurant business for a long time. So luckily my name still holds a little bit of weight there. And so I've been working with a lot of restaurants to.
Did you get to call Fat Dog Kitchen?
Sorry, what?
Call Fat Dog Kitchen. Stephanie, yeah, ask Stephanie, because I know that she would love to support that too.
Okay.
That's a great organization. They're very community based. They're very, very, like, they go to the farmer's market to get their products. They're right over by the theater in Dover. But
okay.
Yeah, just reach out, see what they, maybe he can do like a cooking lesson or something for the kids. What I know down here, when you are over 12, they don't do Christmas presents even for the homeless kids. What kinds of things would you, if you were able to have a slew of people donating product or things for Jasmine's Journey, what kinds of things would you want to have donated? Because this is a great outlet to really be clear. That would be awesome if it's Christmas presents for teens, or scholarship money or gift cards, or you know what I mean? Because they have birthdays and holidays and Christmas, and that segment of the population does get
kind of
pushed aside.
Absolutely, it's unfortunate. Well, Sandy does events at Christmas time and at Easter time, the major holidays. But specifically, we're looking for laptops because we're also in the midst of, we were about to open a space, a store where there was going to be a homework room so kids could come in and get free internet.
So maybe tutors too, like local tutors that are volunteering. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to start writing this down because I'll put it underneath.
Absolutely. So laptops are huge for us, or tablets. And of course, clothes are vital, because there's nothing more special for a young teenager to receive you know, spanking new pair of, you know, sneakers or a fly new outfit. It just uplifts their spirits
It
to
does.
begin. It's so simple sometimes. And of course, things like notebooks, anything to do with school supplies are vital to our next step, which is to create this environment. We do have a couple of people that have volunteered to do classes with these kids. We're going to offer financial classes so
Nice.
these kids can learn how to balance a checkbook. Then also we have workshop programs where we are going to have these kids even work in our retail store so that they leave with a trade, they leave with a skill.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked with the area schools, high schools, so they will receive a credit for this. So it's really just this really kind of interesting and so important kind of connection and networking, because so many kids just don't know how to balance checkbook.
Right.
They don't understand a credit card and or how it works. All as they know is that they're getting these deals. Oh my God, you know, you can have $3,000 worth of credit. Nobody tells them how they're going to pay that back.
Not anymore. The pandemic's taken over that. Forget about the credit cards.
Yeah, yeah. Or
Don't
the
get a credit
interest. How does interest work with a credit card?
Right.
So these kids understand, and maybe someday, you know, we can help them with a home mortgage. We can, you know, teach them the proper way to rent an apartment, which is 30% of their net income. A lot of kids don't understand that concept. So we can really sit down with them and help them to formulate a, you know, a proper and balanced life moving forward. So all those programs are programs that we're going to be offering.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but TikTok goes the clock, and I'm literally back to back today. But I want you to kind of, you know, where do we find more information about you? So if somebody does say, hey, I have a surplus or I have access to, you know, a few desktops that I'm willing to donate to you, what is the website that they can reach people on?
JasminesJourney.org.
Okay. And so my favorite pina colada jam, where do we get that?
You can get that on my website, and that is fanny.godaddysite.com.
Okay. So you're going to send that to me so I can put it in the box area around here somewhere.
Is that where I put it in this little box right here?
Yeah. Somewhere.
Okay. All right. You got it. Hi, Rustie.
Hi, I love you, and you look great, and I'm so sorry about the trials and tribulations, but you're an amazing woman, and I'm so impressed by your stamina, determination, and you inspire women all over the place to put one foot in front of the other, and right now we really need more women like you. So hi Breezy, hi Eric, and love you guys so much.
We love you too, and right back at you, sister.
Bye.
Bye.
You're watching Living and Thriving with Rustie, and I'm Rustie, and that was my friend from Jasmines BOOOZY Jams. The title's done there. Anyway, definitely check her out. She's fun. And if you do have donations, this would be a great opportunity for you to kind of scroll around in that closet, because you know you bought a shirt that's too small and it still has a tag on it, and some teenage kid could probably fit in that much better than your closet does. Until next time. Be groovy, be kind, love each other.
Bye.
Bye, honey.